Still doesn't look in the way to me.
Alright.
You alright? How you doing?
Yeah, good. Good. It's been a while.
It has.
What have you been up to?
As usual.
Yeah?
Bit of painting.
Bit of painting. Nice. What have you been listening to? Anything else you've been painting?
It was usual audio books and stuff.
Yeah? Any music?
Yeah, a bit, I suppose. Why?
I don't know, I'm just interested.
You been listening to any music recently?
Johnny Cash.
Johnny Cash?
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
What's your favourite Johnny Cash song?
Walk the Line.
Oh, that's good. That's a good song.
What's your favourite song?
Probably Ring of Fire, maybe? No, Tom. Oh, it's too late, he's already gone. You alright? You're back sooner than normal.
There's nothing up there, was there?
Oh, sorry. Guess we must have run out of clips of Dave.
What am I going to do now?
Welcome, Strategy Battlegrounds, to another GBHL YouTube video. You're here with your host, GBHL Damien.
GBHL Tom.
And this is episode 59 of
The Palantir.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Uh-huh. Yes, we are back once again with the Renegade Master. Apparently James Long enjoys that bit. He told me at the weekend. He likes a bit of 90s throwback.
Okay.
So there you go. That's for you, James Long. New segment. Ryan, write it down.
It's episode 59.
Hey!
No,
Is that a big
60.
one?
I don't know.
And in the summer of 59.
Nearly. Save that for 10 episodes time.
No, that's coming.
That's a sketch.
Do you know that my mum and dad actually got married in the summer of 69?
Really?
Yep, true story.
Really?
Yeah, still a true story. And I told them that and they went, so?
When did you get married?
Me?
Yeah.
2011.
In what
In
season?
the summer of 2011.
It was summer.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's the same date.
Alright.
Alright.
No.
That's me and my mum and dad and me and Emma have the same wedding anniversary. So we've now never
So there's no
ever got an
excuse for
excuse to
forgetting.
forget their anniversary. Yeah. It's a true story.
Very good.
There you go.
Look at that.
Oh, look at this. This is unexpected
What a
start to
stat.
Palantir. What a stat.
Yeah.
Such a coincidence. I mean, it wasn't really a coincidence because we picked that date about 18 months in advance.
Yeah.
But hey ho. There you go.
Anyway, J22 thinks that milk is better than Freddo's.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my
Good.
life.
On that note, whose thoughts and opinions are these?
These are what my opinions about Milka and Freddo's relative college. That was just mine. That was my opinion.
That was
it might
your
well be
opinion.
wrong. It might not even be Tom's opinion.
I wouldn't go as far to say it's the stupidest thing I've heard in my life.
It certainly does not represent the views of the GBHL podcast or the Great British Hockey League, or indeed any other formal body or organisation such as Milka. I'm sure they would disagree.
I'm sure they would. Tea toast.
Whee! Oh, there's a cup of tea over here.
No, it's your Mordor.
Yeah, Mordor, but with Park.
And I'm the dwarf mug, as you called it.
Yeah.
Get it?
Get it? That could be the sketch.
What, this?
Dane.
Smashed it.
Let's go back in time and sort that.
Okay.
We've definitely recorded this week's sketch already.
Yeah. Tea toast time.
Mhm.
You've got the Mordor mug.
Yep. Still.
I've got the Danish mug. The
Yeah.
Dane mug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we've done this twice now.
Yeah, I know, but this was to kind of eradicate the bit that we said we'd do the sketch on it.
I'm not editing it out.
No, I know you're
That's
not.
not how I roll.
It's fine. It's fine. I was just, you know. It's then they can see how lazy you are. No.
I know that.
No. And then how even more lazy I am. Anyway, the tea toast. Damien's last. The tea toast was David Clark's last week. Check out his blog if you didn't already.
DC miniatures painting,
Mm-hmm.
I think.
And he's passing it on to Camille Demansky.
Camille Demansky as I live and breathe.
King Goblin.
Has Camille not had it?
I think so.
Ah. Oh, is it? It's not going around again, is it?
I don't know. Has he had it? Ryan will know.
Ryan, sort it out. Ryan. Ryan. He never answers. I think he might have had it. I don't know. We'll see.
Okay. If you have Camille, then give it to someone who hasn't had it.
Yeah.
And if you don't know who hasn't had it, ask Ryan.
Or give it to someone who has. The rules are really flexible.
Yeah. And well, the only rule is you must have a cup of tea.
The only rule is you don't talk about the tea toast. The second rule is you do not talk about tea toast, which is actually the third rule is we have to talk about the tea toast
Yeah.
in a weekly video.
We do.
The rules, they're contradictory, I'm not gonna lie.
They are indeed.
Mm-hmm.
We also have another toast.
What?
I know. What? Mr. Ross Diggle,
Oh yeah.
tomorrow, as you watch it, or depending on when you watch it, maybe in the past it may already have happened. He is getting married tomorrow
Hey,
to Michelina.
Congrats, Ross.
Congrats.
Michelina. Very happy for you.
Well done.
Canon in D, walking down the aisle, one would hope.
Is it the same date as your parents' anniversary? That's what we want to know.
We do, apparently. Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah,
I hope it's
congratulations.
a wonderful day.
Mm.
Make the very most of it, and wish you a life of happiness and joy. And apparently she watches the show
Yeah.
with him. So I'm so sorry. I don't know why. Thank you. It's beautiful. I don't know why you do this, but thank you.
I hope it's sunny tomorrow.
Yes. I hope it's sunny on Saturday. Tom's being selfish. He wants it to be sunny on Thursday. Time travel joke.
Don't know if it was a joke. Anyway, that was the second toast.
Strong toast.
If there is someone getting married every week, we could extend the tea toast to a marriage toast every week.
We could. That's a slim probability.
Slim probability, but you know. Okay, errata, I guess. Your favourite section. King Benzai, profile errata, Thomas movement 6 inches, not 5 inches. I'm used to dwarves.
No, because you were too fat and slow or something.
Right, okay,
That's fine.
yeah,
He's
okay.
5. Don't worry about it.
Generation Shift said he's working on a conversion pack for Bomber with Horn.
Is he really?
Potentially.
Oh, that's exciting.
That is exciting.
There's a teaser.
He's also doing a oval base.
That's less exciting.
A wooded oval base.
I know.
Wooded oval base.
A wooded oval base the size of a dragon base.
Yeah.
Maybe with some tree stumps.
Yeah,
and
I
some
wonder what you could do with that.
Put bulg on it.
That ridiculous word.
Yeah, why is he doing that? Why is Generation Shift coming up with an oval dragon base with woodland scenery on it? Why?
No idea. So yes, he's done that. Rob Merck said, Damien seemed to be getting a little too excited about the Facebook reactions. They're old news. We've had them in months in Ireland.
Had them in months in Ireland.
4 months.
4 months in Ireland.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, we've got electricity.
And they call me a bigot.
My family is very, very Irish. I'm nearly half Irish. All in jest. I know, I heard this. They launched in Ireland as a sort of testing. Sock.
Oh, no. That was horrendous.
That was strong sock. Yeah, they launched in Ireland. So, yeah, sorry, but we are running to catch up with the Irish.
I am, because I'm movement 5. Can't catch them.
Exactly. But, yeah, you're right. All right, braggy.
Anyway, apparently the sketch last week was rather good.
What's the sketch?
Oh. But anyway, Zarf Engel, that guy Flame, has amazing ideas for sketches.
They are all, the 3 that Dave has been in, it's worth saying, has all been him. He's come up with all those ideas. So we're very grateful for them. He turns up periodically.
Yeah,
comes up
he
with,
comes up with some sketches.
Vanishes off like Batman.
Yeah. David Reed, sketch was great, took your advice and didn't watch it at work.
I don't think it's particularly unsafe for work, is it?
It depends. You're in a casual humanities work.
I mean, it's a topless man. If you're going to get fired for that, you're in trouble. Aren't you? It's like you're slightly
but it's
intolerant
going down
workplace.
and down and down.
Yeah, but it doesn't.
Alright, you put that on
If they'd edited that differently, that could have been really bad. Yeah,
if you
fired.
Alright, put that in your lecture, first slide. Oh, Dave. Ross Diggle said that was disturbing, using a naked flame after having a firefighter round. Did he not give you the fire safety talk?
It's irony right there.
Yeah. David Whittaker, best sketch and best pun since done lending. I don't know.
What's the pun?
Naked flame. I guess play on words.
Thanks. It's not better than Dunlending. That's the best plan in the history of the world.
What? So haven't even made it past the sketch. Few fat tears in my eyes. Must have woken up the baby. Wife is shouting at me from upstairs. Very good. And Shadow and Flame Dave. Oh my, I'm not going to be able to look at Tom in the eye again after seeing his thoughts.
Which eye?
Left eye.
Oh, right, okay. Well, fair enough, Dave. I know. I'm thinking how I've been feeling sitting there for the last few weeks. So your visit had quite the effect on him.
And also an Army of Thror update. Apparently King Boneseye asked Speak for a question whether wizards are worth it in an Army of Thror list. But he said that you, I assume by you he means Damien, are the only one who can answer this question. Dubakar.
I'm the only one. Yeah, I am. I'm the only one. Are wizards worth it? It depends what you're going for, I suppose. Does he have points?
I was protecting from Sock.
Does he have points?
700 point list.
If you want to be competitive, I would put a wizard into it. If you don't want to be competitive, I absolutely wouldn't. If I was taking my Army of Thror, I wouldn't have a wizard in it because that's not why I take my Army of Thror.
There isn't a wizard in the Army of Thror list.
Yeah, or one that nicely slots in from the fluff. But, maybe. But if I was doing 700 points of Army of Thror, I'd do just Thror Throne. I think a good ally for Army of Thror would be Thrandur or something with elves, in a kind of before the fall way. But yeah, if you wanted your army to be better, absolutely put a wizard in. At 700 points, that's big enough. 700 is about where I normally put a wizard in. 700, 750. And my experience is you'll probably be able to get enough troops you wouldn't feel it. If your wizard on horse is going to be just under 200, that leaves you with 500, and you might have something if you're going for fun. Well, no, you're not going for fun, are you? Because you're taking a wizard, so you got Thorin, Dwalin, that's 200, plus 20 dwarfs is 400, so you got 100 points, so maybe Balin and Dwalin, Balin, Thorin, and about 27 dwarfs and a wizard on a horse would be quite effective. I would probably go for Saruman, because I don't think you need the blinding light, because you've got your defense 7. But my advice would be don't take a wizard.
Okay.
My advice would be go all dwarfs and have fun with it. Take Thror on Throne and have a great time. Take some Dale. That'd be good.
Okay, what did we talk about last week, Damien?
The spreadsheet. HCL spreadsheet.
We didn't do. God, that's better than usual.
That's the quickest I've ever got that
right.
right. Yeah.
What was the name of the spreadsheet?
Fauschenbausch.
No, it was Bundeslister, which translates to Alliance List.
Alliance list.
Okay. So Hobbit Tabletop League Ollie said, guys, that was a big surprise.
Boo!
Second time
Someone just smeared a beautiful red line across their perfectly painted face.
Second time in such a short time that I've made it into your headlines. I don't know if we're in the headlines necessarily, but...
Yeah, he means the title of the episode.
Oh, in the title of the episode, yes. That's what I call a rise on the career ladder. Next step, being a guest on the Palantir hidden below a bedsheet. Sounds surprisingly close to Spreadsheet.
Do you think we... Do you think we know about him in that situation? Are we unveiling him, or are we here and he's behind us?
I don't
know. We'd love to have you over, Ollie. Come and tell us about Germany.
Do you have Milka there?
No.
What Freddo substitute do you have in Germany?
Oh God, it's a new section.
New section, chocolates from around the world.
Follow continues. We'd love to have you. And if you are coming over for Ardacon, and you're over for a bit, maybe we'll get you on sofa. Who knows?
It's gonna have to be a big old sofa. Not for Ollie, I just meant people coming over for Ardacon from abroad.
I was going to say everyone who comes to Ardacon goes on sofa.
Just not.
That'd be too much.
It'd be too much.
Yeah.
Anyway, apparently that was version 1 of the spreadsheet that we had. We did hold on to it for a long time before talking about it. Apparently there's a 2.0 version, if you're interested. The link is in last week's video, if you're interested in checking it out. So apparently, in the second version, they combined related Hobbit and Lord of the Rings army list into one faction to make army list building a bit better. So For example, Knights of Rivendell, part of normal High Elf army.
Yeah.
Gandalf the White can lead troops of Rohan or Minas Tirith. Those kind of changes, as well.
I'm never sure. I don't think he should be able to lead Rohan. He doesn't really lead Rohan. He goes and he helps Theoden, and then he gets Aemma. I don't think he ever leads him the same way he leads Gondor at the Battle of Minas Tirith. What do you think?
Oh.
Right. This, ladies and gentlemen, is why you need what is known in the industry as a gobby one, and I don't know what the other one is.
I was drinking my tea. I was enjoying myself.
Now?
I'm still... Well,
Still
yeah, still now. Anyway, apparently the second version got a lot of good feedback from the German community.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. We can do a translated version for you, but you need to tell us if you want version 1 or version 2. We don't want to do the work twice.
You're reading that, you're not offering.
That's Ali.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to translate it.
I was going to say, because we can't, and that's why I couldn't read it.
But someone else, Dirk Helms, said that he could translate it as well. So, I don't know, it'd be cool to see the version 2.
Yeah.
In English. I guess from your point of view, as much as it would be a lot of work, I guess a lot of people on at least the Great British Hobbit League would probably appreciate having a look at that.
I think the response was quite positive to it.
Yeah.
Wasn't it? I got confused about something because it was one of those things that, again, I didn't necessarily agree with all of it, and this, as you may have heard in the disclaimer, this is just my opinion, I'm not saying
it is
right or wrong. But certainly not the views of Milka. But it was kind of like putting things together and like to avoid this, and one of them was, if you take Erkenbrand, you can only take Eowyn without war gear. And again, this was in the comment, and unless I'm like misunderstanding this, that was the thing, because, and it says, Erkenbrand and Eowyn were featuring a lot of top-ranking Rohan armies. So their list has, one of the combinations, if I'm saying this right, and apologies if I'm not, is that if you take Erkenbrand, you can only have Eowyn without war gear.
A bit odd. To
kind of neuter that. Now, personally, I don't agree with that. And I also don't think Erkenbrand and Eowyn are hugely clever together. I don't know if it was maybe to get Eowyn up to Courage 7, so they don't run off or something, I don't know. But that sort of thing. And then it said, so you do all these things, and it leaves you with still being able to take, and it says something like Frodo, Sam, Galadriel, Rúmil, Gimli in the same list. And like that was always my issue with it, that it's kind of, that's not fluffy to me. You know, having an army having a set of criteria that allow you to do this thing, but then but you can still take that, that's not fluffy. That's what the Eowyn and Erkenbrand thing was weird.
Yeah, I don't know. Kuha there, he provided the link to the new one as well. He gave us the translation to Alliance list. Yeah, Gandalf leading Lake Town as well, he says. Aragorn leading Rohan. Minas Tirith. Aragorn leading Rohan and Minas Tirith. Or fiefdoms. Yeah, this was the Eowyn restricted no war gear while combining with Erkenbrand.
I mean, I know we've shown she's a powerful force when taken at 50 points.
But he said the German community in general prefers playing with and against fluffy armies.
Yes.
Most tournaments had the rule that the lists had to be sent in advance and then checked for theme and possibly rejected.
I remember that.
But after they got to larger and larger numbers at events, up to 60, that's a bit of a time-consuming effort. So that's why the spreadsheet has been created to kind of expedite that process.
Good use of expedite. Strong.
And Michael Boyan said that the Polish League have their own spreadsheet, and the link is in the last episode if you are interested in checking that out. They've also changed some profiles as well, so it's not just alliances that they've changed.
I see.
There you go. That was last week's topic. I'll have one comment on the 50-point vote, given you mentioned Eowyn. Tom's decision to throw combat was buffoonery. Either that or he was a Rohan spy trying to throw the game.
You trying to throw it is the only possible explanation.
Yeah, the other one that was bigots are idiots. That was the other explanation.
True.
So yeah, that's the views of the Scots. Alright, trivia section.
Trivia section.
What was your question, Damien?
Can we do show and tell?
Yeah.
Palantir.
If you want to.
Yeah, this week I bought a pot of Rakarth flesh.
Can I have a look at it?
Yeah. It's my previous pot of Rakarth flesh had dried out.
Where are we going with this?
Nowhere.
Yeah.
It was on the table.
Oh, okay. I thought you had some brilliant genius segue.
I thought the guys might be interested.
Okay.
It's a good colour, I use it a lot.
Alright.
Show and tell.
Crazy man.
Ryan's right, show and tell.
Show and tell. Your trivia question last week.
My trivia question next week was which kingdom fell in the year 511? 510? 511 I think. Which kingdom?
19 market F91 smashed it.
Did he?
Yeah, because it's not there anymore, is it?
What isn't?
The kingdom.
It's not there anymore.
Would you say it's gone?
It has gone.
Gondor was his answer.
No, he said Dor. God, you're doing the comment review. Yeah, but he didn't just say Gondor. He said, was it the kingdom of Dor? Yeah, I didn't even do this.
I just skimmed through the comments, really.
Sorry, Mark. I can't believe you've written this and I knew it, but
Gondor.
It's not just Gondor. He said, was it the kingdom of Dor? And now it's fallen, it's Gondor.
See, I'm setting you up to jump in like that.
You're not here today.
I had to do the comment review late today. That is also a reason.
Yeah, it was a nightmare for Tom. He was sitting on the sofa drinking a beer while I cooked him dinner. It's been really hard on him.
Nice. Anyway, two people got the right answer, which was...
It's a bit like Gondor. Gondolin.
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 It was the kingdom of Dolin.
That's the note you leave when you tell your wife you're signing on.
No.
Got to go on the dole. Gondolin. Gondolin was the correct answer. The secret walled city. So yes, that was the answer.
And the people who got that right were Ryan Ratchford and Shadow and Flame Dave.
Well done. I thought maybe more people would get that, but that's good.
Very good. My question was, how did Damien break his radiator?
Wasn't it, how did the radiator break?
Yeah, how did the radiator break?
You quite gave that much of it.
Okay. Do you want to read them or me? It's your radiator.
You read them. You're the one who's excitable and chatty tonight.
Smug kid. David Reed. Did he break it while being carried by Derek Druffbank? I do like the idea of him tearing it off the wall after a 9 dice 3 highest.
Oh yeah, good happen. I rolled a 7 dice 3 highest, no 6 dice 3 highest at the weekend. I told David and he smiled about it. Not as good as 9 dice 3 highest, but pretty good.
J22, has this got something to do with Thrain the Broken?
Oh, radiator.
Radiator.
Oh, that's next week's profile, isn't it? Oh god.
Radiator. Ancient Hero.
I hear that's what the New Middle Earth team have actually been assembled to put together all the profiles for the Palantir. That's all they're doing.
Legolas and Orcris.
Yeah.
That's what the sculptors
Quiet here in Land Rover.
Yeah, Quiet here in Land Rover. Where did that come from? Ryan. Ancient Hero, I don't think we've heard your name before on the show, but Ancient Hero. Damien bought a box of Freddos, ate half of it in one go, and planned to eat the other half next morning.
That's true.
But stupidly, he placed the rest of Freddos on the radiator. So the next morning, he woke up to find all of the remaining Freddos melted, and so he got angry and started hitting the radiator until Emma stopped him. Then Derek Driftbay had to go at fixing it, but when he found out that Damien had bought Freddos and didn't plan on sharing them, he felt betrayed and stopped immediately.
So much of that sounds plausible. But no, alas, that was not it.
Okay, Zalfa Engel. I think Damien's radiator is no longer working because he got so excited during the last 50-point bat rep that he threw his dice in the air. And with all the in-the-way tests, it's only reasonable that some should hit the radiator and take it out.
It's good.
It's good.
I like it.
19 mark F91 Gondor. No, that's not what he went for. He said, I think it's a trick question, and it wasn't Damien that broke it, but Emma. Or perhaps you, Tom.
It was, in fact, me.
It was. Ryan Ratchford. Has it always been a bit faulty, and he tried to get someone in, but you just can't get the staff these days and end up breaking it more?
No, I'm afraid it is a painfully, irritatingly new radiator.
Okay. Michael Boyan. It was definitely during one of the sketches, either the infamous one with Rock City and the ball, or the recent one was Tom smashed into the radiator by Derek Driftby. I'm saying it's the former.
I'm afraid both of those sketches took place in the lounge. Because this radio's in the games room.
Rob Mayock. While celebrating another 50-point back rep victory, Damien was running around the room cheering when he crashed into Tifa, who was then sent flying across the room, bounced off the Hobbit poster, which fell off the wall, hitting a hobby knife, which flew back across the room, narrowly missing a daydreaming Tom's head and stabbing it into the radiator.
Oh. Wow. Who was that?
Rob Mycott. I've still got... Have I got more? I've got more. There's lots of people who've had a go at this. Mr. Snobler.
Scathing Watkins.
Yes. Damien was drinking a cup of hot tea. He then spilled the tea onto his hand. Hand. He spilled the tea onto his... Okay. With a yell of pain. With a yell of pain. Right, better. He flung the cup across the room and flew out the window. When outside, it hit a passing wizard on the head, drenching the man in hot tea. The wizard in anger then placed a curse on Damien, who fell over onto the radiator, which then broke. Well, something like that anyway.
All that happened, but it didn't break the radio.
Okay. David Whittaker. Feeling emasculated after seeing David Driftby carry his good wife around the room like a real man, Damien thought he'd have a go himself, flinging Lady O'Byrne onto his shoulder and taking an unfortunate but hilarious tumble into the radiator in the process. Driftby had to man up to the task of fixing the radiator while the doe-eyed Mr. Harrison watched on. Very good.
Ah, that was good.
King Bone's Eye. Damien, during his excitement of the battle report last week, got excited and jumped on Dave's back, only to miss him because Dave suddenly realised that he was in an O'Byrne house and had to make sure that every source of heat in the house was extinguished so that there were no burns in the O'Byrne house. So he fell on the radiator. And it then took as long as it did to explain the anagram to Dave. There was a different spelling and there was no risk of burns. Andreas also went for Damien tried to repair it and now it is more broken than Thrain. And Shadow and Flame Dave. Upon realising Derek Driftby would soon be arriving, Damien thought that he had better check that he was working. He had working smoke alarms so as not to upset the mystery guest. Using the wobbliest chair in the long history of wobbly chairs as a makeshift step ladder, Damien unsurprisingly came crashing down to the earth, grabbing the radiator on the way down to slow his fall, which is arguably a much better story than the real one that I obviously know.
It does.
And what is that story?
The story is closest to Rob Mycott. Alarmingly, and I think we're going to declare Rob the winner.
Yeah.
Rob, you won that because that is actually remarkably close to what happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because what's happening? I don't know if you've anyone who's on the Great British Hobbit League has been kind of following this, but I recently put up some new pictures in the games room.
No one's following this.
Right. Including the
that's good.
The Hobbit, and Eagles thing, and my map of Middle-earth. And that involved moving some other things around. And if you've watched Palantir's and various videos, you would have seen that upon the wall. So if you can see this lumbering over the horizon, I have this, which is Sting. It's real Sting. This was for coming so close in the league 2 years ago, and this was my second prize.
How heavy is it?
It's heavy, and it's also a real sword, and it's mounted on.
I mean, you wouldn't chop. It might chop stuff up.
It really would. It's a real sharp sword, and it's mounted on the wall. And I was moving it to try it in a different place, try something else. And ironically, I was moving it off the wall so that I didn't accidentally knock it altogether now off the wall. And in fact, what happened was I dropped it, and it fell straight down. Straight into the radiator, making a tiny hole the size of a pinprick.
Did it stay in and...
No, it fell
in the stone style.
And then I looked down and there was a bloop, 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 bloop as water started coming out of it. and I was furious with myself and the world.
And the sting.
Very few people I can be furious with about that one. And put a glass under it as it tried to catch it. Eventually turned the radiator off.
Well, actually, if you'd won the league, you would have had a different sword.
Yeah, I wish I had Andrew.
Yeah, and you wouldn't have dropped that.
This is Ed's fault.
Yeah.
There
you go.
And
If only you'd won.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
Indeed. And I plunged it straight into the radiator. Water everywhere. It's now been turned off.
And now it's cold in here.
It is cold in here as we await the time to come, because what Dave did, which is very well worth noticing, is he then covered up the hole with green stuff, which has
Stop
worked.
the immediate leak.
To stop the immediate leak, but of course we turned it off because I think the pressure would probably get too much.
The green stuff.
Yeah, if we turned it back on. So yeah, that is the wonderful nerd-only way that I broke my radiator that is merely 18 months old, and that is the quickest way I've lost whatever it cost, £100 in a long time.
So Ryan Ratchford, Shannon Flynn, Dave, and Rob Mycock, you all get the chance to get yourself a Freddo.
Oh, for the other questions,
Yes. Blossom Milker.
It's also worth noticing, I think, it's an important thing in the history of this story, that Emma did an incredibly good job of not saying maybe this wouldn't happen if you put swords on the wall.
Yeah.
So she was very restrained.
Should I
on
say
that.
it for you? Okay, that was our trivia from last week. This week, should I go first?
You should.
My question this week is, how old was Thorin Oakenshield when he died?
What? In the book.
In the book.
In the book.
Not Richard Armitage's age or anything.
Oh,
like that.
sorry, Oakenshield when he died. Oh, he must have been. Oh. I don't know. Tricky.
Tricky.
My question is going to be related to that.
Mm.
My question is,
How old was he when he was born?
how old was Thorin Oakenshield? 2 years before he died. No, but what was the combined age of Feely and Keely when they died?
Combined age.
Yeah.
You have to do some maths.
Well, yeah. And shall we? We haven't discussed this. Shall we give a chance for a third Freddo?
Yeah, for the bonus Freddo.
If you get the combined total right.
What, all three? Oh, you mean the combined?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you get Feely and Keely and Thorin, what's the total age?
Mhm.
All three of them. There we go. There's this week's trivia section, which you may not look up, of course, because that would be cheating. Trivia section.
Yeah, if you get all three, we need to know that you're a dwarf nerd, as opposed to a Google nerd.
I don't know that. I didn't. I don't think I'd know anyway. I would have taken a rough punt, but I wouldn't have.
A rough punt.
Yeah, I wouldn't have gotten right.
That's what you get in Cambridge. Anyway. Generation Shift. That was trivia section.
Trivia section.
Generation Shift. Could we have a profile for Dave Fredericks carrying a flustered Thomas Harrison? Ryan Ratchford.
God.
Tom on Dave. Cavalry. 26 points. Fight 2. It's Tom. Strength. Strength.
2, it's Tom.
It's Tom.
I like this. 2, it's Tom.
3.
It's Tom. Yeah.
Attacks.
1, it's Tom.
3. To be fair. Wounds.
2, he's fat and slow.
3. You can't get rid of him.
You can't.
Courage.
3.
7. He's never failed a courage test.
Oh, it's good.
Might 1, will 3, fate 1. Special rules. It's not statistical. Whenever Tom rolls in a dual roll or to wound and doesn't roll what he ought to have rolled, he gets to moan about it without he may get to moan about it without spending a point of will. No, moaning about it does nothing. It's just complaining about his bad luck. Mr. Charming. So mesmerising is the charm of Harrison that regardless of how scummy or cheesy his army list or tactics are, he always must be given most sporting votes. Furthermore, all enemy models within 18 feet of him fall for his tricksy ways.
That's got to be a mistake.
This means that, like Alfred, Tom and Dave can steal all might, will, and fate from all heroes and use them for himself.
It's a bit like Alfred.
Never filmed an episode without each other. Such is the bond between the two Palantir hosts.
I'm looking at Tifa.
Oh, okay. Hurtful. that they simply can't go on without one another. If you include Tom on Dave, you must also include Damien on Dave. Don't ask how there's more than one Dave. Furthermore, such that their strength is combined because it's superior to when they're alone. If Tom and Dave are in base contact with if Tom and Dave is in base contact with Damien on Dave, then they both receive a +1 to their defense. I defense 7 to 8. Cough cough SBG 3. Cough cough. I know. Iron Hills Dubicar. You don't know.
Iron Hills doors in SPG 3. You think you know?
Daydreaming. Tom's mind is another thing. When he's around Shadow, he drifts off into a dreamlike state that to some can be extreme.
It's flame.
Oh yeah, flame. Yeah, well, can be extremely disturbing. At the start of every move phase, all models good and bad within 12 inches must take a Channel Terrifying Aura Courage test. If failed, then the frightful mind of Harrison has got to them and they flee the battlefield from any thoughts of a naked flame. Damien on Dave, Cavalry, 24 points.
50 points. It's enough to make a 50-point bat rep. I get it.
You get it. Flight 4, Damien, insert comedic comment.
What?
As in that you're higher.
I'm better than Tom. That's not particularly comedic.
Strength?
4.
3.
I'm better than Tom.
Defense?
4. I'm better than Tom.
I'm getting it. Attacks?
4. I'm better than Tom.
2. Hey, joke's on you. Wounds 2, Courage 4. Might, Will and Fate 3-2-2. Special rules. Dubicar. Damien on Dave, when charging, an enemy infantry model rolls a d6. On a 5+, knocks his enemy to the ground. Boom.
Cool.
Reconnoiter. There and back again. Such is a shame that Damien on Dave may not be used if the scenario roll is Reconnoiter. In the same way, he may not be taken in an army list that also contains Megaliths.
This is all
That'd be a Lanctor. Oh, that's going to be...
Thankfully, we're going to talk about that.
We are going to talk about Lanctor.
God, this is topical profile.
Whee! Damien on Dave surprisingly has so much fun spinning around that he counts as immobilised for the entire game.
Brilliant.
There you go, 50 points.
All good profiles.
Very good.
On the subject of made up profiles, crazy as he is, young Ryan Ratchford has made Legolas in Orcrist. That happened today. Go ahead and check out. Search the Great British Hockey League Facebook group for Ryan Ratchford. He made Legolas in Orcrist. And there's Orcrist lying on a base with Legolas's silver face poking up out of it like some magic mirror thing. Absolutely incredible. Well done, Ryan.
Make sure you all petition that profile is accepted at Throne of Schools.
The amazing thing as well is last time I checked on it, on the Great British Hockey League with 1,600 people, no one had said, "What is this?" No one has said, like, "Why is it?" Which is nice because I don't know. I mean, I guess people watch the show or the word has got out about Legolas and Orcrist, but there was just it had like 20 likes and people going, "This is brilliant," and no one was going, "What the hell is this?" Like periodically, someone will write there, "Why is everyone putting pictures of Freddos up?" And stuff like.
Very good. On the 50-point Barrett subject, Michael Boyan has come up with a Dunlending nationalist profile, a 50-point Dunlending nationalist who could go up against the Rohan.
Right.
Flight 4, Strength 5, Defense 6, 2 attacks, 2 wounds, Courage 4, 2-1-1. We might all faint. War gear, heavy armour, and Pitchfork of Dunland's Pride. A cavalry model charging a model with Pitchfork of Dunland's Pride doesn't receive any charging bonuses.
Oh.
That could stuff up anyway. Special rules. Make Dunland great again. Was it ever great? Dunlending nationalist rerolls fail to wound rolls against warriors and heroes of Rohan. He must always charge 1 if he's able to.
You can do this. I've got Thryden. Should we use him?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Alright, we'll do it.
We'll do it.
I will write a ward against the Dunlending nationalist.
The first 50-point back rep profile. Very good.
Smashed it.
Topic for this week.
We're going to talk about the tournament winter.
We are.
Because we, unfortunately, often now, we have very little time together, and that's not unfortunate, that's fantastic, but we don't get a lot of chance to do tournament reviews and such. So
it's hard enough filming this.
Yes, it is. So we're not going to be able to do a full tournament review, but we thought for about, I don't know, 20 minutes, half an hour or something, we would try and rush through the kind of there and back again tournament that we both went to the weekend and talk about our experiences. Tournaments?
News, you mean? Next one is...
Unexpected Desolation.
Yes, in Epping.
Which is sold out.
Yes.
Congrats to Josh and Sam. I hope that goes really well for you.
I do indeed. That is an 80-point fun tournament down in Epping.
Yeah, make sure you have fun at it.
And then it's Thror,
yeah.
which is also 80 points towards League, because it is going to be heaps of fun.
It is going to be fun. I'll throw for me on that.
And the new one creeping in is going to be the
Dunno.
Desolation of
Stockport. Oh, is it Stockport? No, it can't be. We have stuff to do. Is it?
Must
That's
be.
Stockport, is it?
Yeah, it must be.
The start of May, is there nothing... No, sorry, start of April.
No, I think
Is there
so.
nothing like in the middle of April?
No, I mean, you can filler about the Desolation of Stockport while I have a look.
Feel about it.
Well, chat about it. Let's not chatting about it.
The Desolation of Stockport is going to be in Stockport. It's 80-point tournament still.
But it is in Stockport, that.
80-point tournament. That's not the question I asked you. It's an 80-point tournament.
It is the next one.
It is
On
the
the
next one.
23rd, 24th of April.
Absolutely.
Tickets are available.
Tickets are available, which is very exciting, and it's kind of unlimited, relatively unlimited Stockport, isn't it?
Yeah.
And keep going up. So had some very big tournaments there in the past. Please make sure you go and sign up for that. It's going to be amazing. Really looking forward to that. And of course, as we have said, we will be launching issue 3 of SPG there. So we'll certainly be there with some exciting stuff.
Yeah, but if you want more information on that, go type away on Speak Friend in question in the comments on the latest video, and I'm sure that the GBHL North hosts, James and Jamie, will answer all of your questions about the event.
Indeed. There you go.
There you go, that's the 3.
So, last weekend,
Yes.
we went to there and back again
We didn't do.
at Mansfield.
The journey was good.
Journey was beautiful. We went on a Friday night, left very late because you held up at work, or you left late?
Yeah, kind
Yeah.
of. And then we chatted.
And we had a sit. We kind of tried to put off the 3-hour drive.
Yeah, we did.
Up the motorway we went, got to the 281. Beautiful.
Chatted about life as well.
Yeah, had a good chat about life, nice catch up, it was
Yeah.
good. Good to be back home at the 281. There was Phil, the night porter. Got there at midnight, he goes, oh, we thought we were going to turn up. You having a drink, lads?
Free drink.
Lovely
What a
stuff.
lad.
Lovely stuff. Always love Phil.
Yeah.
Bed,
Bed.
great time. Woke up, fry up 281, boom, down to Sanctuary. Very cold.
Freezing.
Very cold.
Cold. Not as cold as this room, actually.
It was far colder than this room.
It was freezing.
I would have gone with warmer. It was an interesting choice from Dan to go with like cold for the venue. But personally, I would have gone with warm, but you know, TOs do things differently.
Yeah. It was cold in a church, obviously. But it's a great venue, if you ignore the cold. Lots of space.
Great venue. Was a
Nice toilets, which is great for a venue.
Was it nice toilets?
Well, they weren't rubbish.
Okay. You know we got the toilets done up. Oh, it's Tom. Tell me about the toilets. Where's that from? There's a bonus trivia question. What's that a reference from? Oh, you didn't tell us about the toilets. Names have been changed to protect the innocent. It was a 500.
Yes. Your favourite.
Yeah, 500
Your
point
favourite.
tournament. Rubbish. 500 point tournament. I took my into the West list with a couple of modifications. So I had Thror and Oaken Shield on pony with Shiny Sword and Shiny Shield, 12 Warriors Variable, Megalas on horse, and then 4 Mirkwood Rangers and 7 Mirkwood Elves.
Very good.
That's mine.
I took an Azog's Hunters list. I had Fimble on Warg as my leader with 6 Fell Warg Riders, then 6 Fell Wargs, Narzog with some Hunter Orcs with bow, and a Hunter Orc captain who was Gold!
Gold!
Well, the Gunnerbad Oak General leading some Hunter Orcs on foot with a banner.
Banner. Cool. I was going to play Mark what is it? Marquis F19?
19 Mark
Marquis.
F91.
Yeah. Mark Furness. I was meant to
The
play him.
Gondor one.
And because J. Clare pulled out because he had to work, on Saturday.
Yeah.
These things got switched up. And I played Lucas Whitcroft Wright. A lovely young man.
He is indeed.
The future of the hobby, surely.
And he got the 500th copy of SPG.
He did get the 500th copy of SPG, and as part of that, we gave him some Mines of Moria dice, and I instantly regretted that.
You did.
I got drawn against him at Recon, which it's probably worth saying that I wasn't. I think I took a good army. I took a decent.
Yeah, it wasn't evil.
Yeah, it wasn't like filth, but it was good. It was optimised. It was. I was hoping to do well with it. I think, but I still didn't.
You'd be hoping for a top 5 type finish rather than a top 1 finish.
I think so. But equally, I wasn't particularly confident with the list. I hadn't used it a lot, so I wasn't particularly rating my chances. I came up against Lucas, and he had a cool army. It was, I think he had Legolas, Rúmil, Haldir, and then, I don't know, about 20 Galathrym, 25 Galathrym, something like that. A decent little list. It's Recon, and I thought I could outshoot him. I had slightly less shots than him, but I had all mine hidden behind dwarfs, and that turned out to be lies because we gave him loaded dice. And over the course of 3 turns, I think it was 3 turns of shooting, he killed 8 of my dwarfs. 8 dwarfs, Tom.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
Rolling 6s obviously to kill them, which then meant I was always going to find it hard to come back. I kind of pushed up table, managed to beat up Rúmil's Warband, and ran Thorin off with both broken, so I was winning 2-1. And he had a bunch of archers who were about 4 turns away from the edge of the table. And I think I had to either kill 2 of his models or lose 2 of my models in 4 turns, which I thought was achievable. Turns out, no. And
shielding for the win.
He very cleverly started shielding so that so that he wouldn't kill my models and increase his chances. I just couldn't kill him. Just absurd, stupid dice, and it came down on the very last turn to Megalas and an elf beating one of his Galathrym in combat. 4 attacks, needs to roll a 5 or more to kill him. Nah, didn't do it.
Not interested.
No, why roll a 5 or more? No. He then runs 3 of his archers off the table and ends up winning 4-2. Well done, Lucas.
Well done, Lucas.
Somewhat disappointing, I would say.
Yeah.
As a start, people seem to find it funny, but I think he played it very well and he thoroughly deserved the win. So, well done. Crushing loss.
Very good. I played Alan Little, who's a Scot, and I've not played him before, which is great. And he had brought a Goblin King with some goblins and a Cave Troll with some Moria. So we had Groblog, Goblin King, Cave Troll, Moria, Goblin Town mix, and a Shaman. And it was Recon, which was kind of good for me in that at least, I don't know, I can sneak past him around the outside, which is exactly what I did with my Fell Wargs. Straight down the edge and they got off. So basically he was trying to, I don't know, I think he always knew it was going to be a tricky game for him, but he had to kill my leader and break me and hope that he didn't get broken. And the Hunter Orcs were surprisingly good against his army. I guess because I've got relatively cheap to attack models, it meant that I could really win the troop fights. And even though he had a few hurls in there, they just absolutely chopped up the goblins as soon as they won a fight. And you know, maybe the first couple of turns kind of went a bit more my way, and after that I just chopped through them. There were some very lucky moments. The Cave Troll and about 4 goblins charged into one of my Warg Riders. I have my 1 attack versus his 8. He gets a 5 highest, up steps the Warg Rider to get a 6, and then killed a goblin in the process. So, strong Warg Rider, that was a good moment. The Goblin King was mainly faffing around killing my leader Fimble, so wasn't really hurling. So that was good in a way, but he did squash Fimble, naturally. So yeah, I ended up winning just because basically I got the Fell Wargs off, and I didn't break, which is key for my army. We'll see this later, but if I don't break, the Hunter Orcs are great. As soon as they break, I don't have a Shaman.
Particularly in Recon, when you're likely to have lots of odd little orcs on their own near the table edge without heroes.
Yeah. Yeah.
2-1.
Yes.
You beat Alan.
I did indeed.
So he's not up to much then?
No.
Sounds like an awful army.
Yeah.
Probably won't do very well.
No.
we skipped
But
lunch.
it was a great game though.
Yeah.
Alan
Nice
was lovely
guy,
to play
yeah.
against, and I was really pleased to, I guess you would. Oh, you've not played Lucas before though, have you?
No, I haven't.
So it's nice to
recommend
play. It's nice to play someone, not new because I know Alan, but new playing for the first time.
Yeah.
Game 2.
We skipped lunch
Yes.
because we just chatted to Adam and Ed and
Yeah.
Owen for most of it, and just kind of missed out on lunch, which is very nice. Like chatting away, and so I think I bought a tub of Pringles and a Twix to take to the next game.
Yeah.
This is not the kind of speedy anecdote we were after. Someone said I should get some Pringles. I was like, okay, and I went up to the shop. Not like peer pressure.
Yeah.
I said, I need to eat something. I went up and I went, have you got any crisps? And he went, no. And I was like, okay, can I have a Twix then? And he got me a Twix. And as he was making my tea, I could see Pringles.
Yeah.
And I went, have you not got any of the Pringles? And he went, yeah. I went, have a tub of Pringles, please. He went, yeah. I was like, alright. Don't know what that is.
No.
And I was playing Mark Worley, I believe it is, possibly Hawley, a very nice guy who I hadn't met before, and he had 4 trolls and a vanilla ring wraith.
Oof.
No, sorry, three Mordor trolls, a troll chieftain, and a vanilla ring wraith.
And what was the scenario?
It was Lords of Battle.
Fun times.
And I saw the army and I was like, probably. I mean, it's still quite scary because they're all fight 7.
Yeah.
And I was like, it could come off.
But Legolas is good for this.
Lords of Battle. I was like, no, that's
No.
not fair.
No.
No, anything like that. But I think I won the side to decide who picked the table side. And I picked a side where I could set up behind this little 2 bits of scenery that essentially meant you can only put 2 trolls through at a time. And he also sent 1 troll round the other side to split his army. And so I was firing 7 shots a turn into, and before, if people got confused, that's 4 Mirkwood Rangers, and I had 7 Mirkwood Elves, so I can get 3 bows out of that. 7 shots a turn into the trolls. Should the trolls bring them down? Whilst Legolas was 1 shot in the Wraith. And I think in the first turn he 1 shot the Wraith without using any might and nicked his fate point.
Yeah.
But he passed it. And then I managed to maybe do a wound on the troll. Second turn did a wound on the troll, and then third turn I killed one. And as I was kind of backing away, so I managed to kill 1 of them before we got into combat. Then we had a kind of scrap, and 2 of them hit, I think, at the same time. 1 was the chieftain, and the normal troll was just against Chaff, whilst the chieftain was against Megalus. And we both heroic struck. We both got to 10, and I had Orcrist. And in the roll off, I rolled a 1.
Oh.
Yeah, and I went, oh no.
Oh no.
And he went to smash Legolas.
Yeah.
I think he might have done 3 wounds, but I survived on 1 wound, like no face. So I was like, whew, but it really wound Legolas up. And in the next turn, Legolas then charged into him, killed that troll chieftain, might point back, win. Thorin charged into the ring wraith, dead ring wraith. And then the next turn, Legolas charged into the next troll, killed that. Kind of trapping it.
Did he ride it at all? Or?
I don't think so. And then, obviously by that point things have swung quite significantly, and was able to charge the last one and kill it. And got, I think it was something like 21-9, I think. But then that's not how it worked out because of the weird modified scenarios where you actually got, I think you got, what was it?
So you got
5 VPs. I didn't get double. That was it. He did 9 and I did 15 wounds.
Right.
Because I remember I was 1 off doing double, and that mad because in this tournament, if you did double, you got 10 VPs or something. Yeah. Whereas because I only did more, I got 5 VPs, plus 3 for breaking him, plus 3 for killing the leader. So I think I got 11.
Yeah.
And he got, I don't think he got any because it wasn't normal Lords of Battle.
Leader or breaking.
Yeah. So the wounds inflicted were 15-9, and he was wiped out. But the final VPs in the modified Lords of Battle were 11-0, I think. It was a very good game. It was very friendly. He was a nice guy, but again, it was one of those things that once, because it was all hero, he kind of once a few of them go down.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm okay.
Cool. Good first win though under your belt.
Hey.
My second game was against Will Champion, who is another person who I have met regularly at tournaments but have never played.
I've never played Will.
Which is good for another good news. he had an Uruk High army, which was berserkers backed up by Isengard orcs, with a couple of orc captains on Warg, and who was his other hero? Vraska and some crossbowmen.
James Long's done a roving reporter video on the GBHL
Yes, he has.
podcast channel. You can go check that out. And of Lucas's army, actually.
Oh.
I think the other one's David Whittaker.
There you
can
go.
have a look at his army.
And it was Lords of Battle. And I basically set up on the centre line so he didn't get benefit of his crossbows, and we clashed pretty quickly. A lot of fighting, and the Hunter Orcs did amazingly well against the Berserkers and chopped through a lot of them, which Will was a bit aghast at, to be honest. And then I charged. Jimble had charged into his Uruk captain, and I forgot that they were in combat somehow in the shoot phase, because I had a couple of guys who could shoot because they couldn't get into combat. And I was like, oh, I'll shoot your captain. And I think Will was looking at me being a bit like, what are you doing? So when I rolled to hit, and I was like, alright, yeah. Roll to wound. I was like, oh, what do I hit? Oh, I hit the warg. And roll to wound. I was like, oh, I've wounded him. Killed the warg. And Will was like, who's warg? Which warg? Because it's Fimble on warg against his orc captain. I was like, oh, that's a good point. And then I was like, alright, well, I'll do 1, 2, 3 Fimble's warg dies and 4, 5, 6 your captain's warg dies. And he's like, alright, Fimble's warg died.
Of course. You're an idiot.
So I shot my leader's warg on turn 1. Which was not a good move. I was quite glad
It's a
I shot
risky gambit.
Yeah, it was a risky gambit. Anyway, Fimble proceeded to survive for the majority of the match just on foot.
Going, what the hell just happened?
Batting them away. Anyway, it was an incredibly good game. Lots of good moments, but it was looking like I was just about on top. And then what happened?
You got broken.
I got broken.
Do you think you might not have got broken if Fimble had still been on his watch?
Maybe. Narzug had a will and a might though, so I was pretty confident. And it got to a turn where if I killed like 4, that would end the game, because whatever you get to the end conditions. And I'd killed 3. Needed 1 more. Didn't do it. Next turn, I win priority. Narzug courage test. Bosh! 1 and 2. So even with his will and might, he's gone. He's gone. Narzug legs it. 12 more. Poof! Gone. Game over.
Disaster.
Game over. And
Game
that,
over,
ladies
man.
and gentlemen, is how to lose.
Yeah, shoot your own mark.
Yeah, shoot your own mark.
Clever from Harrison.
It was a fantastic game, and I think it was really enjoyable from start to finish. Lots of cool moments, but yeah, it was a disastrous end. But I didn't mind. It was a great game. Thank you very much, Will.
But he said the same to you.
He'd resigned himself to losing, and then boof, they've gone. So yes, I lost.
So we're both on 1 each.
Yes, indeed.
My game 3, it was domination, but only 3-point domination. A bit of interesting twist, presumably to make breaking more important, and leading more important, maybe. And I got drawn against Andrew Greenwood, I believe. Greenwood, I think, who I'd never played against. And he had a very interesting army. He had something like 15 Black Numenorians supported by 15 Spearmen, Shagrat War Leader, and then 2 Vanilla Wraiths. Okay. So more Vanilla Wraiths, it was interesting seeing turn up. And he had a small warband over here that I pushed for to begin with, and he then managed to sap Thorin's will. He was doing 1 dice spells essentially. Yeah. So 1 dice sap will, got it. I think it came off the first time. Thorin was at will, and then the other one compelled him. And it was a bit of a stupid error on my part that I hadn't thought he had. I hadn't thought about him having 2 casters and sapping his will and casting compel. I didn't think the odds of it all coming off were quite good. So Thorin and his pony goes forward, gets charged by a load of guys. He doesn't survive. He doesn't die. I think he took a wound or something. I think his pony survives, maybe. I'm not sure. I think they went for Thorin. But that was a bit stressful. And then the next turn, the same thing kind of happened to Megalus, just without the compelling.
Okay.
And then pretty much for the rest of the game, every single turn, one of them, one dice immobilised Thorin, one dice immobilised Legolas, and just almost every turn it came off. Like every so it was. You know, it's the point of that army, but for me it was quite frustrating. You know, your two main heroes are literally every single turn
just immobilised.
And I think, I don't want to tell this wrong, but I think I lost the roll loss for heroic move, so they were almost always immobilised.
Yeah.
And I, as a result of that, I always felt like I was on the back foot trying to grab these 3 objectives. And there was only 2 we contested, while there was one off here on a hill, and I actually sent 2 rangers off to go and grab that one, his one, essentially. And they were all right there. And then both forces broke. And suddenly, because I'd kind of abandoned the one here, and this one in the middle I'd kind of pushed at and was going alright.
Yeah.
And I think he took down Thorin by trapping him and killing him, I think. And I was like, I can't come back into this. And then Shagrat, war leader, legged it.
And courage test?
Yeah, he failed his courage.
Isn't it?
Yeah, but he had used all his will he used all 3 will on one I think maybe to charge Thorin. He snake eyes the courage test or something to charge him when he was trapped and immobilised, so used them all on that, and then failed it, so he legged it, which then meant I just got 3 VPs back, I was holding this one, and I suddenly then thought, I now can't lose it.
Yeah.
Purely based on the odds. And then in the very last turn, I can't remember quite how, but from going from I can't lose it, there were like 4 combats that all need to go a certain way. And as it, you know, 2 of my guys got killed over here, making this one, he had more models. And then in the middle, like I had 2 dwarfs trapping an orc against the wall, and they failed to kill him. And then one guy killed one of mine.
Yeah.
So, you know, it was all these things. And the middle objective suddenly went from me being comfortably in control of it to it being even. So I lost the VPs for that. And so I think in the end, I held this one, he held this one, Thorin was dead, Shagrat was dead, and we were both broken.
Draw.
It was a draw. It was 7-0, and I think we both just gone because it was like just draws are frustrating in a way more than losing. I think because you're kind of like, you know, you feel like you were so close.
Yeah.
But it was a good game. Enjoyed it, but that was kind of my I felt like that was probably my tournament over, like or tournament chances over.
Yeah. For getting a good position.
A win, a draw, and a loss. I was thinking, so what can I possibly get? 4 wins and a draw? Yeah, I might do alright. But it was good, and that was the end of my first day.
Very good. For my domination, I played. Who did I play at domination? This was the last. I played Mr. Jamie Giblin.
Oh, Giblin King.
Was a Giblin King. It did not go well. Jamie had the Shadow Lord on Fell Beast, the Goblin King, and a load of goblins, and Grinner. Have you heard his whip thing? He goes, now watch me whip, and then if he kills him, now watch me nay. And we'll love it. But he never got to nay.
He never gets to nay.
He never gets to nay. Anyway, the Giblin King. I didn't roll well on the first turn, and by the end of the first turn I'd lost. The goblins just killed me. They all just killed me.
You lost the game?
Well, they all just killed me. I just died.
Until what?
I just died.
Brilliant.
That's all I remember from that game. I just died. Giblin just smashed me. Those brown Guild Ball dice. 6. I didn't even need to get 6s. I'd be like 3s. He'd be like 4. Alright, I'll only get a 4 this time, don't worry.
Oh, that irritating thing where they just get one more than just the one they need. Why waste energy?
Yeah, I just got totally smashed. And then I had one Hunter Orc at the end who could have won me an objective and got me a victory point, but he couldn't kill a goblin, so I didn't.
Why bother?
Why bother? So, yeah, well done, Jamie. It was nice playing you as always, but you did just royally smash me.
What's the score?
He controlled... Well, he didn't even need to. He abandoned his home objective. He didn't even need it. He just had the middle one, and he did he did things like with my Hunter Orc captain, rather than kill him on the last turn, he was like, he'll hurl him away from the objective, and just like lobbed him away. So he won the middle one. We drew my home one. he wasn't even near his home one. Then he'd broken me and leader killed, and I hadn't done any of that.
No?
No.
That good.
No.
That was the end of day one.
Yeah. But
so-
Jamie did have a chance. So it's the way challenge works sometimes is that because of the whole matching, it's not Swiss ranked in that first place second, third place fourth. You'll have maybe sixth will play 14th or something a bit, maybe not that.
It's meant to essentially
big,
keep seeding you, isn't
Yeah.
it? Keep giving the higher seeds
Yeah.
the best matchups.
Yeah, so I'll just say I was the minnow seed and got smashed, as I expected.
And then we found that it ended quite early. It was
Yeah.
about 5 o'clock, and the dinner wasn't booked till 6. So we went to the pub
We did.
and had a chat with the pub about secrets, about things.
About things, yeah.
It was very nice seeing everyone and just having a little quick drinky.
And we had a Chinese buffet,
It was Indian.
Indian buffet.
Yeah, it was Indian buffet. Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Or was it both? I mainly went for it. There was definitely a load of curries.
Yeah, it was Indian buffet.
Yeah, and pizza.
Yeah.
So I had a kind of mixed kebab style, samosa,
Yeah.
onion bhaji, chicken tikka starter, then a pizza course, and a
Then
bunch
the
of
pudding.
curry. I did have the
Um,
pudding. It was very nice. I was with James Long, Tom Pickard, and Ryan Rashford from My Little Table. Very nice.
I was with Ed and Giblin and a few others.
All very lovely. And then I remember coming out of that, going, oh God,
It's a
anyone
bit late.
fancy like a debrief pint at the 281 before bed? You're like, yeah, what time is it? 8 o'clock. It was 8 o'clock.
Maybe 8:30.
I think it was 8. I think it was 8 when we were in the car park. And we're like, alright, let's go and have an evening. Everyone back to 281, obs.
No, it was a cracking evening.
Yeah, it was great. Adam came back, Adam Troke came back, and some of the other guys came and met us.
Scots.
Yeah, the Scots all came back with us. Had a great laugh, and we ended up playing Resistance
Till
1
late
in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, good few
Then
rounds of
we
Resistance.
got up, had another breakfast, headed over to the gaming hall to be cold again.
Still
And
cold again on day 2. Strange.
Game 1 of day 2 was... It was Seize the Prize with 2 prizes.
It was, and I played Mark Furness. I actually played him this
We
time,
actually played him.
which we had a good laugh about. We were meant to play yesterday, but now we'll play today instead. That sort of thing. That's the kind of
Yeah.
banter you get at these events. This kind of classic hilarity and the like.
Classic.
And so it sees the prize with 2 prizes.
Sounds good.
Yeah, and you also had to get them off your opponent's edge,
Yes.
or hold it in your opponent's
If
half.
you held it in your own half, you get negative points.
Which is awesome. I really like that. It's like if you try and camp with it, you get minus
Yeah.
1, so that's good. And he had...
And it also means if you carry it into their half, they can gamble, pick it up and try and get it back, but they know that they have to get it into the other half before
Yep.
the end of the game.
It's good. And of course having 2 prizes as well gives you different tactical
Yes.
options. I really liked it when... Was it Into the West where they had 3? And that really does change
Yeah.
the game up, because you can kind of go... Do you go for all of them? Do you give up one? It's good. But he had an Isengard army, very much after my own heart, really. Had 2 Feltwargs, I think, as drops, and then he had Art Filth, disgusting stuff. Like a front line of berserkers, some pikes behind, some guys with shields, Lurtz, Brasku.
Captain.
Don't know. You must have had one other.
It's probably the army that played Jamie on the channel.
Yeah, it probably is.
Go and watch
He
it.
didn't have a shaman, it was a nice army. It was good, but it wasn't the sort of army where you go, oh,
Thryden.
for God's sake. Thryden, of course, he had Thryden. And basically, he sent a small amount of guys going. Well, he had these 2. I decided to try and shoot him. I thought he's got to come towards me. Again with my dwarfs. Didn't learn from Lucas.
No.
I can probably outshoot this.
Yeah.
And he sent his 2 wargs running towards the objective, and I was like, I have to kill them. I've got to kill them because otherwise he's going to get it and leg it. I'll never catch them. And I managed to kill. Did I kill one? One of them dug the prize up straight away, and I didn't kill him. And then, actually thinking about this one, didn't dig the prize up, and I didn't kill him. So my shooting wasn't going too well. I think I one-hitted him with Legolas and got like a 3. And I was like, that's not worth 2 might. That early in the game, and then I started pushing up towards this one up here with Legolas on his own to catch the warg, who then ran back towards his own army because he realised he wouldn't be able to get past Legolas, and sent about 5 dwarfs off that way. Meanwhile, he was attacking me here to kind of block off the way to the other prize. And he led that attack with Thryden, who charged into a dwarf. And I was like, oh god, but I've used Thryden a lot, and I was like, this is either going to be horrific or it could go quite well. And my dwarf decided, as I often do in this sort of situation, to piercing strike. He's going to die anyway, so I thought, why not? Go big or go home. Yeah. Dwarf piercing strikes wins the fight. And I was like, that's spectacular. Doesn't do any damage, but I was like, I'll take it. Next turn, Dryden charges into...
this is a cutback version.
Yeah.
And you just said, the dwarf didn't kill him.
Yeah. But it was pretty heroic. It was why he didn't kind of smash through me. Charged into like a dwarf and an elf.
Who loves you?
It's the Facebook admin. Something's going on. He then charged into a dwarf and an elf, and Thorin charged into one orc who was near him, to kind of heroic combat for him.
Yes.
Heroic combat, and he called a heroic combat to hopefully win the roll off and get out of there.
So Thorin has and Thriden has.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thriden wins the roll off, finally gets the dwarf and the elf. The dwarf piercing strikes.
I can see where
the
this
dwarf
is
and
going.
the elf win the fight, right? Get this. They then the dwarf kills the horse, meaning Thriden's on foot. If Thorin had won the roll off, when he charged in, he would have been on horse.
Yeah. Now,
as it is, because of Thriden's heroic combat, Thriden's now on the ground. Thorin charged in, smash, you're dead now. Which was fairly spectacular. We genuinely had a bit of a laugh about that, about how unheroic Thriden had been, losing just the two dwarves. But crucially, this warg had now dug it up, and there was a big piece of scenery over here, and he was kind of making a run for it. And I made one move that proved incredibly useful, that I took a gamble with two of my elf archers and just moved them back. And as it turned out, as he went to make a run for it, that meant they had exactly the right number of turns to get and block this warg, and that was quite lucky. And then the number, because I now had Thorin going nuts and he had no heroes here, I was kind of chewing for his models. Over on this side, Legolas got trapped by 3 berserkers and a pikeman, but thankfully got 6, and I was like, whew. Managed to kill one of them as the other dwarfs arrived. He then charged into the warg had since handed off the prize to a pikeman. I think the warg might have died, and the pikeman picked it up. Legolas then charged into a pikeman, killed the pikeman, and killed the pikeman and Lurtz in one go, which was fairly spectacular.
D3 wins so from Lurtz.
Yes, forgot. Don't think he used it. I forgot that on that occasion. I think he just did the right number.
Is it orcs and always Uruk?
Yeah, it's Uruk as well.
Yeah,
it's orcs, goblins, Uruk. And then this is the last turn, and I was able to kill the warg there, leaving the prize on the ground in my half.
Yeah.
Broken him, killed his leader, and then Legolas picked up the prize and ran into his heart. Legolas was a hero for me, absolute hero. Like
one game only.
He was a Legolas of 2 halves for me.
So what was the final score?
The final score I believe was 8. Does that make sense? I had 3. Yes, because it was one way if you broke your opponent you got 5, wasn't it?
Oh, okay.
I think. So I broke my opponent, I don't know, 8. I have a feeling it was 8-0. I'm not quite sure if that works or whatever.
But a good game?
Yeah, no, it was really good actually. It was really fun playing against Mark. Really enjoyed it. Very, very light-hearted game. Nice way to start the morning. Like really nice bloke. I hadn't met him properly before.
And in the end,
I won.
You gave.
I gave him my most sporting. I did indeed. Yeah.
And he actually won.
I said to him before it, because we were packing up, and I bumped into him. I was like, "Oh, just so I really enjoyed the game. I gave him my sporting actually."
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, thanks." I was like, "Just so you know, if you win it, you owe me."
Yeah.
And then when he won it, I was like,
and he did.
Yeah.
He won it.
He does owe me.
Mark. I think he got 4 out of 6 votes, which is very good. Very good. My first game of the second day was against Nick Bramwell, another player who I've met a few times before and I've never played.
He's my
he always beats
kryptonite,
you.
Yeah.
He's like kryptonite, don't you? You're like Superman.
I think he's beaten me twice. I think we've played 3 times, he's beaten me twice.
Yeah, and he had his traditional Angmar army.
Oh, yeah.
Which is great fun actually. It's got lots of tricks, but he had the Witch King, he had Birder, and then he had a Shaman, and then Orcs and 3 Spectres, something like that. And my Orcs were just running around like Wallies because of the Spectres.
I always find he's very polite as he's destroying you.
courage test with him?
For him, please.
Yes.
He was like, could you take a test for him, please? And now he's out of the game. You can take it, and now you've lost.
So yeah, Fimble on turn 1, he drained Fimble's courage and did a Spectre take a courage test with him, and I was just thinking, oh no, Fimble's not going to last very long in this game as my leader. So on turn 1, or the first time that we had a fight, Fimble charged in and called a heroic combat against an orc, killed him, and then went straight on to the Witch King, because I was trying to kill him before he could drain all my courage away, basically. Managed to win the fight, knock the Witch King over, did a wound to him, but he passed his fate and couldn't quite kill him. And I was like, that's the chance.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, he had a Barrow White as well. That is key.
Barrow White?
Next go, Fimble... Spectre goes... well, essentially, he gets paralysed by the Barrow White.
Brilliant.
That's not good. Trapped by Spectres. He's very low courage now. Spectres ruined against courage, and they chopped him up in one go.
Nightmare.
Dead leader.
Classic Bramwell.
Yeah. So it wasn't very good for him. Golb decided to take on Birder. That didn't go very well either.
No, because he's just a counter-orc captain.
He died. It took about 2 rounds to die. But what did go well for me is that I had a bit of speed and that I had the warg, so I got to the prizes first, just as Mark did with you. So I had the prizes, and I had them in the right half. What he was doing was trying to get them to run away with the Spectres. Where are you going?
I'm charging. Keep going.
Okay. He was trying to run away. He was trying to get them to run away with the Spectres. I was doing pretty well at passing my courage with the chap with the prize at times. But yeah, again, my Hunter Orcs were shining by just killing his army. He had regular Orcs, I had Hunter Orcs, and the 2 attacks makes a huge amount of difference. So I killed a lot of his Orcs. So whilst he'd made a mess of my heroes, and I think in the end Narza got killed by Birder as well, I didn't break, and my Hunter Orcs had done so well that they'd broken him, and then he started running away because I killed his Shaman as well, down to 25%. I had both prizes in his half, but none of them off. So he'd done a very effective job at killing all my heroes, but my troops basically won the day.
Good job.
But it was a very nice game.
You done well to come through that with your army against a very scary, Terracles and all that.
Yeah, I think because he's true to Angmar and has normal orcs, and quite a lot of them with spears, I only need 4s against
It's one of those armies, I think, that's good.
I really enjoyed playing it.
You can't grumble about the tricks.
No.
It's a nice army.
So yeah, cheers for that, Nick.
And then we had lunch, and we went off to get McDonald's, and whilst we were at McDonald's...
oh, I didn't. I went to Subway.
You did? And whilst we were at McDonald's, James Baldwin went, you've got a pass in the next game, because I've been drawn against you.
Yay!
And your army was, I think, I don't know quite how you put it, but not...
It's not
overtly
bad.
competitive.
It's just if you break it, it's in trouble.
Yeah, and Fimble is your leader and stuff, and such good lols, whereas I have 2 Orcrists by a hideous loophole, and you've got no Shaman, etc. And you'd think things were it was whole ground.
Yeah. Before the game started, Lucas sauntered up to me and said, "Need any tips? Can give you some tips on how to beat him."
That's a strong, strong
Where did
shade.
Lucas finish in the
Lucas,
tournament?
I don't know.
He was second bottom.
What
just
is
above the wooden spoon.
Who are you trying to say that to? Me or him?
To you.
To
you.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
I think he beat you and was like, "I'm done now."
Yeah,
That's
I've
my
done
week,
that.
I'm done.
Yeah, I was gonna put my feet up.
Just rubbing it.
And it was whole ground, and I won priority. I think came on first.
Mhm.
You then put your
You came on all
on
together.
Yeah, I managed to. I used to use a point of might.
Yeah.
To
I got
put
a
together.
6 for my 2 first war bands for where to place them. So I put Fimbles, Warg Riders
7 inches away.
on one side, and then Gold
God.
came on kind of behind you.
Yeah, made your intentions very clear. I was
Yes.
like, let's have a scrap. And then you put your fell wargs and the other Hunter Orcs.
You got to place them. They were both 2 and 3, so
And by that point,
they were in other corners.
knowing that we were going to have a scrap, I put them miles away.
Yeah.
So that they can get involved. And I turned one Legolas shot and killed a Hunter Orc, giving you a dismounted
on
warg.
Warg, yeah.
Which I thought was a good thing.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, in the next turn, nothing really happens in turn 1.
Yeah.
Turn 2, you charged in.
Yeah, I won priority.
Yeah.
And
We probably had a heroic.
probably had a heroic off.
And then I don't really. It's hard to explain quite what happened.
Well, the warg charged Legolas because he's not frightened of Orchrist.
He's got Orchrist and the warg doesn't care. The warg rider would have cared, but I killed him. I mean, it was just a warg. He charged into Legolas.
I enjoyed that, the irony.
Yeah, I then countered. I was like, Legolas is fine. It's Megalith. He's got 3 attacks against the warg. I'll put a dwarf on the warg anyway. Give him a spear support. So I got 5 attacks
Against the warg.
against the warg. Was it a 4 highest?
5 highest.
5 highest. Warg gets a 6. Of course. Why wouldn't you? And I was genuinely like, I don't know. We didn't talk about whether you would or not. But I was like, it was a point of might not to kill the damn warg, but because the warg wins, he bites the horse. Do you use the point of might, right?
It's a 50-50 and the horse is dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I would rather use the point of might and
To keep
guarantee
the
the
horse.
horse than have a point of might, I think. So I used it. I was like, right then. And I think I remember throwing the dice quite contemptuously. Did not kill the warg.
With a piercing striking dwarf, Legolas with 3 attacks, and an elf.
Which you just laughed hysterically about. Like, I remember like that. But you didn't laugh as hard as when you then killed 10 of my models. Was it 10? 9? 10?
Yeah.
Just,
I lost about 3 and killed 10.
it was horrific. It was like Lucas.
And these are dwarves and elves.
It was awful.
Nom, 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 nom.
I was like, I don't mind you winning because it's like 2 attacks against a dwarf, and I was probably fighting. Maybe I had a spear support, and then you'd win dead.
I mean, the warg riders are charged, so as soon as they won anything, they killed. But I took a gamble and put 2 Hunter Orcs on Mirkwood Rangers, so you got 2 attacks with them, but you just rolled terribly with your.
I also
spells.
think, and there's no historical record to prove this, but I think you always rolled 6s. When you were wounding. Whenever you were wounding, I was like, every one of it. And you'd do like triple 1.
Yeah.
Like
that was brilliant.
fainting.
I didn't know I did 4 ones.
Yeah.
I fainted with a warg rider, 4 ones. Yes.
Fainting.
Fainting.
6. So I won't even get the 6 the first time. I'll get it on the reroll. It was disgusting. 10 dead. And again, I was like, that's it. That's the game.
Yeah.
While, 13 Hunter Orcs and Wargs just going towards the objective.
Yeah, they were just there to take the middle.
But then, turn 3 rolls around, and the opposite happened.
Yeah.
Where I charged back in. Maybe I got priority that time, so the Wargs weren't. Or
you won the roll off, so I didn't charge.
I don't know who fought what.
Thorin fought Fimble.
Yeah, Thorin charged into Fimble.
D3 wounds, get him off.
He did him in 1 with Orchrist, which was awesome. So that's the leader dead. Mm-hmm. And then I killed about 8 of yours that turn for about 3, and suddenly, and I remember then, it's not important in the grand scheme of things, but I went to the loo.
You did.
And I remember thinking, I'm back in this.
Back in the game.
Like we've both now killed roughly similar numbers. I'm like, I've got a good chance here. I shouldn't have gone to the loo, because that was obviously what spoiled my karma.
Yeah.
The whole kind of tennis thing, who's got the kind of momentum now, and I killed the momentum.
Turn 4 came around.
Legolas charges.
Yeah.
2 Hunter Orcs.
Yeah.
He's got 1 might left, 2 Hunter Orcs.
Charges on this horse. So
Charges,
4 attacks against 4.
He probably had a spear support.
Yeah, he did. I think he did.
4 highest, 1 might left, Hunter Orc is a 6, dead horse.
Bang.
You laugh hysterically. And I was like, are you really? Really?
And I killed quite a few more as well.
Yeah. And then it kind of... I thought I could come back into it with Thorin and Legolas mounted, charging you and knocking you down and rinsing you a bit. And then as soon as 1 horse went, it was then going to be very much an uphill battle for Thorin. It was all on Thorin. And it was going alright. I think even then on the fight, I gradually began to win, I think, and chop through.
By this time I'd got Fell Wargs. Well, the Fell Wargs had kind of run past the objective and started getting stuck in.
Yeah. You had about Narza and about 6 guys.
Narza and about 6 bowmen just sat in the middle holding that, and the reason Narza was sat there was keep him with some might. He'd heroic march to get there a bit quicker, but keep him there to just not run away. Yeah, and try and shoot Thorin's pony.
You did Thorin's pony with his 3 might point, I'm sure, eventually.
No, I took a wound off Thorin with his 3 might.
Oh, was that it?
I got through, hit you in the combat, but hit Thorin, but then got a 5, 6 that then. And then need a 6x5, and I got a 4, which then bumped to like 6x5 wound.
And I still thought there was a chance to come back because of Thorin when he was because he was still on his pony. I was like, he could charge 2, knock him down. And actually, a crucial turn was when you were really close to breaking. Thorin charges 3 wargs, and you were 2 models off breaking.
Yeah.
And he wins the fight, knocks them all down. Brilliant. I was like, this will break him.
8 attacks.
Yeah, I just need to kill 2 of these wargs.
You
First
doing
attack, 1 and a 2. Next attack, 3 and a 1. Next attack, 3 and a 2.
Yeah.
Next attack, 4. Kill 1. He's 1 model off breaking. Oh,
Oh.
you're kidding me. And that could have been huge.
Yeah, it gives me another round of
yeah.
cruise tests, and there were quite a lot of my models away from Narzug in the middle because Fimble and Gold were dead at this point, so they would have run as well, which would have freed Legolas up to come towards the middle.
As it was, he then broke next turn, rolled a 4, game didn't end. Next turn, game didn't end. And at the third time of asking, it did end when you had, I don't want to say hung on's disingenuous.
Broken, but I still had a few might with Narzug to win the roll off, charge Thorin, stop him from getting into the middle, and just block you for a bit.
Yeah, and managed to win like 6, 8. You
Yeah,
won by about 6 or something.
Yeah, something like that.
And I thought, obviously the game went to Tom, and I thought, I can win this over enough time. So we kept playing, and it turned out, was it 6 more turns? After 6 more turns of playing, Thorin finally emerged
Narzug
victorious.
snake-eyed, didn't he? And then eventually ran away, and it was Thorin and 1 elf. Thorin on foot by this point, and 1 elf left.
So I was quite pleased with that, because it meant that...
Thorin had 1 wound, no fate as well at this point.
Because it meant that I wouldn't have won the next turn if we'd have not rolled 1 or 2. I would have won 6 turns later, which would have required quite a lot of not 1s or 2s.
Yes. It was a very good game though.
It was good. It was good fun. It was genuinely very good fun. It was just stupid.
Just laughing at the dice rolls. Yeah.
But that was another solid loss for me. So I was now all over the place. What was that? 2 wins, 2 losses, and a draw. I think.
I was on 2 wins and 2 losses.
And we rushed into the final game.
No, I can't have been on 2 wins and 2 losses. I was on 3 wins and 2 losses. Doing alright. And because I was doing alright, I got drawn against Ed Ball. Hey, with the Foul Beast. And you got drawn against?
I got drawn against Gethin Watkins.
Okay.
In a crazy mirror match. You won't have seen this probably by the time this goes out. I've done a journey vlog for Into the West, but I played him with this. My army was my Into the West army plus 50 points. He had his Into the West army plus 50 points. A complete rematch. And he had basically Gimli as leader. It was to the death, front line of Khazards, and then the twins with a line of Arnor spearmen.
Okay.
All defense 6, not great for me. And then a Ranger of the North on horse and Fae as a drop. So it was pretty tough to break and leader kill.
Yeah.
And I started off where like Leggy had auto hit 3 of his twins' horses in the previous game, because in this other tournament your heroes could come back. So he'd killed 3 twins' horses. And literally at the game started, I went, right, remember this, right? And killed a twins' horse. The next turn killed the other twins' horse. Like, a very good roll. I think he used a mic roll.
5 twins' horses.
Yeah.
2 tournaments.
Yeah, over 2 games. And then the lines kind of clashed. I don't really remember too much about it. I remember basically trying to firefight against the twins still on foot, just trying to put things on them to stop them killing stuff. Very, very much just breaking and leader kills.
Dwarves, presumably.
Yeah, and did he take?
Yeah, it was to the death, wasn't it?
It was to the death, and I wasn't getting anywhere near Gimli. And then he wounded Thorin. That was it. He got Thorin down to 1 wound, which is very alarming. But my numbers were starting to tell, and I'd broken him, and was starting to kind of get on top of him essentially, and it got to the point where it was gonna be the end, presumably because he was getting near 25%, or I was getting near 25%, and I charged into Gimli with Megalus on horse. And I think it was 2 elves, 2 piercing striking dwarfs and an elf. Because
Quite a lot on them.
I had it was 6 attacks. I had 6 attacks and 1 2-handed. So I had 7 dice, 6 attacks. Gimli rolls a 6, and I got 5 highest. I was like, are you kidding? And that would have
presumably
knocked him down. 8 attacks from Megalus.
Yeah.
4 attacks from piercing striking dwarfs, 2 attacks from the elf, needing 5s by 3s.
Yeah.
Probably kills him. And that would have won it for me, but as it was,
Because he'd wounded
He'd
Doran.
wounded Doran, and maybe we were both broken.
Yeah.
And he ended up winning. Yeah, he ended up winning 4-3.
Yeah.
And that's what that is. But that was literally the last. I think maybe then after that he won priority, and I don't think it was the last turn.
Yeah.
But he won priority, and I never was able to trap
To
him
do that
again or
again,
something like that. But it was really good. But because it's to the death, there's not a lot.
Yeah, and he
almost
didn't have
to tell.
banners. Yeah.
No, neither of us had banners. But he won. It was a lovely bloke. Ethan really enjoyed playing him. It was good fun, and but he got the win.
But you finished on a loss.
Meaning I finished on 3 losses, 2 wins, and a draw. Not my best weekend.
No. And I played Mr. Ed Ball with his Felbeats. He had The Undying, the Knight of Umbar, and the Witch King, all on Felbeast. And I had Orc Scissors with 1 courage when they drop, from 2 to 1 with...
It's a good army.
Yes. Turn 1 started really well. So Ed deployed quite near the front. I was like, oh, I'll have him. Start on the front line, get in his face, win priority, win the roll-off. Did I win the roll-off? No, Ed just let me have it. And he knew what he was doing, because do you know what I did?
Failed all your courage.
Failed all of the courage tests.
All of them.
Pretty much. I've got like 2 guys on him.
I won't do it.
No. Throw him away. Throw him away. And I spent the entire game rolling courage tests, which was great fun because I think I passed about 5.
That sounds fun.
And then getting hurled. So I actually didn't do too bad at actually winning the fights, but I never had anything there trapping him to do anything when I won them. And I had Fimble and my banner kind of, there was a hedge with a corner, I'd kind of blocked off the corner, and Fimble and the banner were cowering in this bit of the hedge, but obviously they get hurled into, so they're just lying on the floor. And I called a move with Fimble at one point, and I was just, Fimble's going to stay on the floor.
Good, strong.
Because then he can't compel him out. He can't compel Fimble out, because if he wants to move him half movement, he can only stand him up.
Yeah. It's good.
So I just decided to
Heroic
keep him on the
indeed.
floor, and I think Ed very much enjoyed that. And leave him there. But yes, then I broke.
Good.
And that was actually a very good move from Ed, because he used his last might point on the board to break me. And I was a bit like, oh, maybe I'll have a chance. Did not have a chance.
That's 2 courage tests to turn if you want to do anything.
Yeah, and literally I went from being tipped to being broken, 25%.
Gone.
Just gone. Fimble, I did a big thing about his courage test, chucked it. I still had a might and maybe no will by this point, but maybe I had a might point at least. Gone. 1 and a 2.
Don't need it.
Gone. Then I was left with maybe 4 models, 5 models, and I think Ed sensed a chance to wipe me out, and he started. He had a tactic of, if I black dart him, charge him, and charge into those 2, I could kill all of you in one go because so many had legged it. And he did black dart my guy. He had 13 will left with the Undying, and he needed to charge with him, and it's his leader, remember. So it's the toss up of, do I want to lose my leader, which can give him victory points, but I'd quite want to kill every model, and he chucked 10 will at it, which left him with 2 fate for if I miraculously won this fight against the Undying.
Yeah, finally.
Yeah. But anyway, the Undying won that fight. No, I won a fight against the Witch King, so I think I had 1 model remaining at the end. Strong model.
Did you win?
It was a pretty funny game. But yeah, I got, like the Giblin game, royally smashed. But yeah, I was having a bit of a laugh with the courage tests, and yeah, I would say I'd played well, but
You didn't have to.
he didn't have to. I did it.
I did it for him.
I mean, he did play well, but the orcs are just so soul destroyingly bad with courage. Ed was like betting how many guys I'd get in this turn, and he'd say like 2, and I'd be like, yeah, I got 3, and he's like, yeah, you did better than I thought there. You go.
There you go.
Oh, they're all dead.
You've won this.
Yeah.
So there we go.
But it was actually quite relaxed because Ed couldn't win the event in that game, so it wasn't the heightened tension game that you may get at the end of a tournament, you know, when you'd expect to be playing Ed, which was quite nice.
Yeah. So that was it.
Yes.
So you ended on. Is that 3 and 3?
3 and 3.
3 and 3. So it's just slightly better than me. Slightly better than me.
By one position, I think, in the end as well.
So yeah, you bumped me one position in our joint mid-table obscurity.
Yeah, so we were very much
14 and 15, is that right?
Yes, indeed. And
not our finest hours.
in third place was Mr. Red Bull. So, well done, sir. I was very happy to propel you up there. In second place was Harry Moore. From the channel.
Lovely bloke.
You'll know him as
he was
the
our
guy...
super special guest in our room.
Yes.
On Saturday night.
You'll know him from Middle Earth's Deadliest Warbands and the like.
And the Battle of Bywater, scouring the Shires.
Yeah. And first place, who do you reckon it could be?
It has to be somebody who won
Yeah.
a lot of games.
Yeah.
It was Alan Liddell.
Alan Liddell.
Who Tom beat in the first round.
He then won every 5, all of his remaining games to come top.
He owes everything to Tom.
Well done, sir.
Well done. Mark Furness won Bet My Sporting. Owes everything to me.
Yeah.
Basically, we didn't want to do anything ourselves this week, and we wanted to. He's normally my sporting. I normally win. I think that's right, isn't it? So I
let Alan win by beating him, and you let Mark get the spot.
Exactly, that was it.
But yeah,
well done to all winners.
Yeah, and another Scot taking a victory.
Absolutely.
Like with Chris Murphy. David Reed, where are you?
It's coming soon. David Reed's tournament's coming soon.
It's coming soon.
And there we go. It was an amazing tournament. Well done to Dan for running it. Thanks to the staff at Sanctuary. Really good fun. Good to see that area continuing.
And I got you your birthday present.
You did? It's there.
It was very late.
It's only 3 months late, but I got Bard of Winlod,
so
which is very cool.
Thank you, Sanctuary Gaming.
And thank you, Thomas Harrison. Very excited about this. Of course, in the time since I was going to get it, I've already got 4. But
and you've since made up your box for the year.
No, he'll go in it. But thank you very much, Sean. It was a great weekend, and then great to see everyone, as always. We had a little drive home.
Yep.
I was getting a bit sleepy, so
yes,
DJ Tom got on the music.
DJ Tom.
Quite. I hadn't met this guy before. DJ Tom. He knew what was up. I've never heard Tom so interested in the events of Frozen. Like he got it as a kind of way of keeping me awake. He's like, so what happens then? And we'd go through the
We went through the story of the songs.
And he goes, and why are they singing about this now? Oh yeah, it was brilliant. Really good tournament. Great to see everyone. And yeah, that was it. So well done. And now, hopefully you enjoyed the tournament, and we will now sign off the Palantir, as we do, with another 50-point bat wrap, in which Eowyn and her chum will ride to war against the Dunlanding Nationalist. See what goes on with that.
Alright, who have you got, Damien?
So I've got the victorious Eowyn, who, has she won 4 times now?
4 times.
Eowyn on horse with nothing, and Warrior of Rohan on horse with axe. A rider of Rohan, if you will.
And I have a Dunlanding Nationalist who looks a lot like the
Rider
Wolfsbane.
He's our only Dunlanding in the collection. This is, of course, the profile created by Michael Beauchamp, who is Fight 4, Strength 5, Defence 6, 2 attacks, 2 wounds, Courage 4, 2 might, 1 will, 1 fate. He has 2 crucial rules that may help him though. He has the Pitchfork of Dunland's Pride, a cavalry model charging a model with the Pitchfork of Dunland's Pride, does not receive any charging bonuses. And he also has Make Dunland Great Again, which it's almost as if it's written to beat this army. It's crazy. Which is, he rerolls failed to wound rolls against warriors and heroes of Rohan. He must always charge one if he's able to.
Alright.
It's a good little profile.
You can shoot though.
I can shoot. I'll just stand back and shoot him to death.
What's his defence?
Defence is 6.
Priority?
Yeah. I've got 6. Strong.
I got 6.
Right.
Reroll that.
We got Rumour. Got 4.
Classic priority
Got
stuff.
another 6. You haven't.
Yeah. Yeah. 3 draws. 5. Come on, the 5.
That's a 6.
It's a 6.
It's gone to the Dunlanding Nationalist.
Can you run him 6 forward?
Yeah, he has to, I believe.
You?
Bosh.
Oh my word.
He's in.
There's no shooting.
Nah, no shooting. It's not the way we roll.
So do you get a charge bonus? No.
No, it says...
Do you get knockdown though?
I don't think so. It says any charging bonuses. And those are the 2 charging bonuses, aren't they?
They are.
Extra attack and knock to the ground. However, he's defense 6. The rider will piercing strike.
Okay. You've got 2 might with Owen, and I have 2 might. What fight value?
Fight 4.
You're...
I was fight 5.
I will strike.
Strike?
Yeah, I'm fight 4.
Do you mean feint?
You're fight 5.
Yeah. You mean piercing strike?
I mean heroic strike.
Heroic strike. I see. Heroic strike. Aowen will counter.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the heroic strike off.
Aowen goes to...
10. He needs a 6.
No! You're kidding. What is that? What is that? So we're both
That was a
have 1
twist
might
in
left.
the tail.
And with Tide Fight, Aowen is in red.
What have you got?
You can see what I've got, Thomas.
Why did you roll that? Channeling the spirit of Derek Driftbane. It's brilliant!
Who's channeling now?
Oh my word! I could use a point of might to get it to a roll off. But then you could use a point of might to win. I will leave it. You can hit me.
So he goes back. He's not knocked down due to
but you
the
piercing strike,
pitchfork of
didn't you?
Dunland's pride. I did. He's piercing strike goes up to strength 4, so it will make a difference.
So 5 for him.
Aowen's in red again.
So double 5 here.
No, she needs a 6.
Okay, yeah, but might point.
So the black is the piercing strike.
Yeah. Oh, it's a wound! It is a wound!
He does have a fate point.
He will save the fate point.
Oh, okay, very tense.
Yes.
Priority, both sides have 1 might point. Cheeky sip of tea from Tom.
Cheeky set of 2 from Damien. Oh, where'd it go?
It's a 4
I
from
lost
Aowen.
it. Oh, it's there. And I get a 4. Would you have guessed it?
You have to charge.
Yup.
I'm not going to burn my mic because there's no point against
I will
this dude.
charge him.
Yeah, in a shocking twist, Aowen's going to come to the rescue. They both have a might point left.
I will... I always hate this one. I will not strike.
Okay, so
I'll
I'm
save
fine.
the might.
The rider right hand is going to pierce and strike.
Yep.
Aowen's in red.
Oh, it's a 6.
The rider Rohan piercing strikes up to...
Oh,
he's gone up to 6.
he needs a 4. Aowen needs a 6.
Needs a 6.
What?
Oh, what is it? Oh, no.
It's a 3.
It's a disaster.
And a 1.
It's a disaster.
That is no wounds. I didn't do very good camera work there, but we worked out from you.
Priority.
Ugh.
Aowen's 4.
3. It's you. 3 goes with them.
I'll pierce and strike.
I'll heroic strike this time.
Oh, you will?
No, I won't.
No. Aowen's in red.
Cocked. Oh, it's a 5. And you've got the might point. So drawing the might with a 6. It's also a 5. I will use a point of might.
Oh, he's a point of might and win.
Okay, so we're both at might.
Yeah, right hand might. The piercing striking right hand roller. Right hand roller. He goes up to 5, so he needs 5.
Yeah, so 5 from him and a 6 with
from
Aowen.
with no might now.
Yeah.
Look at that!
And he has fallen! He's dead!
We do it!
Who would have thought?
Even a profile designed to destroy Aowen cannot stop Aowen. In possibly the worst performance yet. Neither a horse nor the man has fallen. And we'll go to a post-battle battle.
Oh, that was good.
That was outstanding.
Welcome to the post-battle bat breakdown.
I call Bojan. Not enough, mate. Not enough.
Should have had 4 attacks.
No charge bonuses. A re-rolling wound. Didn't need them, mate. Did not need them.
That was an outstanding performance.
What is... Oh, it's your knee. Looked something,
Oh.
looked like something like out of focus.
That was an outstanding
That was strong from
performance.
our end.
Double six.
Double six,
I'll save
yeah.
that fate for later. No.
Yeah, no, dead. Tense that.
Yes. Yeah. There's always that debate of do you piercing strike or do you keep your might?
To bumper 5 into 6.
Yeah.
You chose to keep your might
I
to bumper 4 into a 5 and lose anyway.
A 5 into 6 and lose anyway. Yeah.
No, strong.
That was the turn.
What
of
was
dice.
quite nice, his rule about the pitchfork actually helped me because I didn't waste might on a heroic
Yeah.
move
Yeah.
because there was no point.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Defense 6. I mean,
Just-
it's probably a
yeah.
bed profile, isn't
Yeah.
it? It's probably like not a that's a really great profile for
50
a hero.
points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Defense 6, strength 5,
Mm.
fight 4, immune to
He didn't
cavalry.
get a chance. Didn't get a chance.
Didn't get a chance. Didn't get a chance to use one of his rules. Wouldn't let him win. No need.
Wow.
AON rides to victory again.
5 wins.
That is, I mean, at some point she's going to be stopped, but I
Yeah, we're gonna have to crack the Balrog out or something. 50-point Balrog.
I genuinely can't see anyone. Can you see anyone getting up there and going 5 wins? It's just,
That's
it's outstanding.
yeah.
So there we go.
If you think you can think of a nice profile for a 50-point butt rep.
And before things start going mad,
Yes.
utterly mad, whilst we're up for this, it has to be something vaguely sensible, I think.
And
that
that
we've
was
got-
nicely themed. We
Yeah.
enjoyed that.
And that we've got models for. So we're not going to put, it won't be Legolas in Orcrist fighting
No.
AoE. We're going to keep it vaguely sensible.
Mm-hmm.
But a special Dunlending anti-cavalry
Yeah.
hero seemed quite cool.
And if you point it relative to a Rohan captain or something.
Yeah. Unlike that.
Yeah.
If you point it very badly compared to a Rohan captain. But there we go. That was the 50-point battle rep. Who saw that coming?
So yeah. That's
Another
it.
episode of Palantir, which I'm almost certain is going to be a long one.
No such thing as a long video.
I think we're probably about an hour and a half this time.
Yeah,
because
it's
of the
always
topic.
radiator stories.
Yeah, but hopefully you enjoyed it. And
As ever.
get commenting below. Don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe.
Yep, support your host below. Support your host in the links below.
Follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook.
Indeed.
Or lol us on Facebook.
Yeah.
Or anger us
React
on Facebook.
to us on Facebook, unless you're in Ireland and you're over that by now. Support your Hobbit hobby.
And happy strategy battle game. What on earth was that?
As I